New vlog. Today's vlog is going to be about moving abroad. Now, I've moved abroad plenty of times. I lived in Turkey when I was 16. I lived there when I was 19. I lived in Sydney for 3-4 years. I've done some time in Bali. I've done quite a bit of traveling. But the two main places was Sydney and Istanbul, both at very young ages. And I feel like people that don't travel miss out on so much. You actually miss out on so much upskilling. And when I mean upskilling, I'm talking about socially. I think one of the things that we forget when trying to be successful with our craft is you have to require a lot of social skills. And the best way I've actually upskilled myself socially is by meeting different types of people and creating conversations with them. I can talk to anyone. I can talk to a 5-year-old. I can talk to a millionaire. I can talk to an 80-year-old, male, female, I don't care. I can talk to them. And honestly, the only reason that has happened is because I've traveled so much and met so many people from different nationalities. I kind of have a rough understanding of why they say things and where they're coming from. Moving abroad is challenging. It's not easy. The day you make the choice to move abroad is actually quite easy. It's the day that you leave is the hard one. Going somewhere when you don't know when you're coming back is actually a little bit scary. You're leaving your friends, your family behind. You're starting a new life in a new city. It's scary, but you're also going into the unknown, which is one of the best things about life. In my opinion anyway. I love going into the unknown. It's the most exciting thing. You can literally be anyone and your opportunities are endless. I feel like when we're stuck in the same environment a long time, especially with people that we've grown up with, I feel like there's the pressure of not being able to change. It's like anything you do different, you get judged by your close family and friends. Because they're so used to seeing you in a certain type of way, they don't accept anything else. And the truth is, a lot of the times, especially with our friends when we're younger, we outgrow them. And the hardest thing is letting go of those people. Because you think you're rude, you think you owe them something for being your long-term friend, which I understand. And I still respect and love all my friends. Not everyone can ride your wave. You need to ride your own wave. There's a weird connection that you make with people when you're abroad. When I first went to Sydney, it was hard. I cried, man. I said bye to my family. I didn't know when I was coming back. My mum asked me, when do you think you're coming back? I couldn't even answer that. That for me was quite heartbreaking. So it was difficult. You go through this weird suffering. Funny enough, that suffering actually makes you a way stronger personality and builds character, which shows. Because when you go back home, you don't even have to say anything. People can see you've changed just by simply changing your environment. In Sydney, when I was finding a job, making new friends, anything I said, anything I did, I was not judged. I was a complete new person to these people. Thinking about it now, maybe if I acted like the way I did when I was first there, my friends here probably wouldn't like me. But I don't care. It worked out alright for me. And that's the best thing about traveling. You get a fresh start. When you make friends wherever you're traveling, you tend to draw yourself to people that have something in common with you. And usually it's other people that are also traveling. And in a very weird way, you create a really tight bond with them because they end up being your family. Friends that you make abroad, especially when you make friends that come from a similar place to you, you become like family because you have no one else. When I was living in Sydney, I was a world away from my family. You are literally on the other side of the planet. People think you need a lot of money to travel. People overthink it too much. People dive into buying mortgages. People dive into making big commitments at home because they think it's going to make you happy. And I've been there, I've done it too. But honestly, when you travel, the weird free spirit that you have is so weirdly empowering that your mind creates these endless opportunities. You start doing things that you actually want to do because you know you're not going to get judged by it. And this is the biggest problem. A lot of times when we do something, we calculate what other people's judgment might be and either not do it or do it in a different way that you originally didn't want to do. Traveling for me was amazing. I first traveled when I was 16. It made me grow up. I feel like you need to take risks with life because if you don't, you're always going to wonder, what if? What if I did do that? When I'm really old, I want to be able to tell a lot of stories to my grandkids. I want to have good stories to tell my grandkids. I want to tell them that I lived my life to the fullest. If you're someone that's thinking about traveling or moving abroad, you should 100% do it. What we fear doing most is usually what we most need to do. That's a Tim Ferriss quote for you. There's some things you need to get out of your system before you settle, before you make big commitments, and you should do it. And it's never too late. I mean, even if you have kids, they're going to grow up one day and be able to look after themselves. You can go and do it then too. I know what some of you are thinking. Who the fuck is this 28-year-old trying to give me life advice? I'm not trying to give life advice. You guys asked me about traveling and living abroad. So I wanted to tell you about it. There is so much to see. And I feel like we get so stuck in Western society doing our 9 to 5s and always chasing the hustle that we never actually think about seeing all these beautiful places in the world. It's crazy. When you travel and you get into this mindset, not the whole finding yourself thing, but when you're in a different country, you just think differently. You think a little bit clearer. You're more creative. Nothing is disturbing you or getting in the way of your thoughts. You're allowing your mind to wander. And allowing your mind to wander is like the most exciting thing. And I enjoy doing it most when I travel or when I move somewhere different. I'd never limit myself in any way whatsoever. You never know what opportunity is going to come across. You never know what's going to happen in life. And this is why when you have a chance to travel or the opportunity to move abroad, mate, you should do it. You don't even need a lot of money. People think you need a ton of money to go traveling or moving abroad. The first time I moved to Sydney, I faked the amount of money I had in my bank account, got my dad to transfer it for me, printed out a bank statement, and then sent it back to him. I don't give a fuck. What's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to send me home. Then what? At least I know I tried. Just got to dive at these opportunities sometimes. Take them while they're there. Like I said, you don't want to be really old and regret you didn't do something. You're better off doing something, and if it turns out to be shit, at least you tried it. Me living abroad and traveling, pretty much since the age of 16, has made me lifelong friends and taught me, even if things go to shit, you're always going to be okay. I also find it a little bit crazy when people double think about going abroad. They think about the money they think they're going to waste. They think about time that they might waste. Might this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that. All that shit is nonsense. You have the time of your life when you're traveling and when you're abroad. You need to do it. So there you go. Here's me talking about living abroad and traveling. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot of vlogs I'm going to do outside, but at the minute I can't leave. See you lot later.